Can we fix it? Can we fix it or fix it?
Is it too much red? Trick question. It's never enough red. Can we fix it? About a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, Fate the Winx Saga came out, the first season, and one of the videos that I made was a video about Fate the Winx Saga and how good it could have been to compare to what it actually is. Today we're going to be talking about season 2 fashion, and the most important thing that you need to know about any show and about how I review things is fashion exists within the confines of the creative direction of the entirety of the show. I cannot say that, for example, this second season styling doesn't look like what I would style the Winx and that's why it's bad, because to be honest, the creative direction that I would want for this show that I think should have been pursued, because it's more exciting, it's more risky, of course, yes, but it is more artistic, that type of show would fit my type of styling really well. However, with the creative direction that we have for Fate the Winx Saga, this type of clothing that I have recommended, it fits the original Winx really well. But this is a completely different show. I think I'm gonna make a video where I talk about things in this show that could have been done better within the creative direction that they've chosen. Today we're just gonna talk about the fashion, not about the entirety of the show. It doesn't need to be specifically what I'm expecting from the show or what I would do with this show, but I do expect it to experiment a little. Like, don't waste your budget, you know what I mean? The fashion in this show is definitely more of a witch fashion, by which I mean, remember that show WITCH? It's definitely more of that kind of vibe. So you get more realistic kind of clothing, but realistic in terms of it being not glam in any type of way or experimental. It's more like down to earth, something you would throw on in the morning and like not think about it. For example, with Aisha, they made her a water fairy, not a fairy of, you know, fluids and molecules or morphics, which is a bit of a downgrade. It's a little bit boring, but she's kind of dressed more like a sporty type of girl. I am glad that they started to add a bit more of like a different color to her color scheme, because last season my critique was that they kind of went with colors that are of their powers. So for example, they dressed Bloom in a lot of orange and red. It's an overkill. It's really bad in terms of dressing someone who is a redhead in red exclusively. It's just fucking weird, you know? It's, what are you, Cheryl Blossom?
I am red.
Redhead in red exclusively. It's really bad. It's never enough red. Don't police me. We also have Flora introduced to the cast. We get kind of the same color scheme with almost everybody in terms of like saturation. So I would say that everyone is in earth tones, sometimes with some colors added that are not earthy. So usually they go to Stella. Aisha gets a new-ish color to her wardrobe, same with Bloom. I'm glad to see more green and blue in Bloom's outfits this season. Definitely better than, you know, tons of red. I think that they still do a lot of red with her. I don't know why. It's not that bad when it's spaced out with other colors, especially when it's blue or green, something that works really well with red. I do have a bone to pick about Tara's styling. I am kind of pissed about it, to be honest. So here it's like not that offensive. It's not great, but they are in casual clothing. I told you that everyone's dressed casually in this show, so it's okay, you know? We have to talk about the outfits that the girls had for their event. I'm gonna call them like party outfits, okay? We get this series of outfits, all right? Let's start with Bloom because she's the first one. Bloom definitely got the best outfit, the most flattering outfit, and everyone else is just not looking great, or they don't look appropriate for the event. So Bloom's outfit, I love that it's blue. I like that it's jewel tone because it does fit the aesthetic of the show, again, the creative direction of the show, better than anything that's actually very Winx. You know, it definitely feels like she's done up. And thank God for that, because otherwise we would have nothing to really write home about this season. But then Stella gets this dress, and I know that maybe someone's gonna like it, I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you right away, this is hideous. Also, so not Stella on so many levels, and we're gonna talk about it a bit more later, but I feel like the actress herself is more Stella than Stella in the show, and I just wish they would let her be herself a little more, just because this actress just genuinely embodies Stella in many ways in like pictures that I've seen of her and stuff like that, you know? Just let her do her thing, please. Because she's definitely a good choice for Stella. But this dress is just not it. The length, just at this point, if the dress is this long, just make it all the way down to the floor. Why would you cut it off like that? Bloom is looking like this is the best we're gonna get in terms of it actually embodying something Winx-like in this creative direction of a show, and yet everyone else is just looking a mess. I mean, not everyone else. I think Flora was looking okay too, but this Stella's dress literally makes me want to cry. I'm not gonna lie. I hate the sleeves, the length, neckline. Just why is it so sad? Like, something about it is so off. I don't know, man. Another outfit that I want to complain about incessantly is Tara's outfit. I mean, I think by that point, by the way, spoilers, I think by that point, she already came out. Maybe only to Flora. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember. So what? Do you have to change her styling all of a sudden after she came out? I don't know. Like, she was already kind of like a gardener. Why on earth would she wear something like that to a black tie event? This outfit, I think, is probably the worst outfit this season. Since when is she so masculine all of a sudden? It doesn't matter what sexuality she has. You can't just change the entire direction of the character without having any foreshadowing. By the way that they had handled her being gay is also kind of fucked. It's out of nowhere. I think that they just realized that they needed something interesting for the character. They needed like a storyline. I don't know. It came out of left field. I wish they set it up. I wish it was intentional. I wish it was at least somewhat hinted at in the first season, but it's definitely a second season idea. You can tell that it wasn't thought out. Now Aisha and Flora. I like Flora's dress. It's not my favorite. This is definitely what I would say that her character would wear, considering her other styling in the show. It is kind of like a natural approach to a black tie event from this particular character that's quite hippie-ish. She dresses like some of the people I know who like have cacti in their house, who, you know, do pottery and have those little wiggly cups at home with boobs on them, you know, like she's that kind of aesthetic type of person. So this fits in with her whole vibe, definitely. Aisha, I personally like this outfit. I just do not think that she would wear that to a black tie event again. It's cute. I really like what it looks like, but it's too casual. It's like an everyday outfit. Maybe it's not too casual to the like Anglophone world, but come on now. I think that it is. It's still casual to you guys too, right? I do want to mention about this episode, we actually get a good set. I mean, I kind of referenced that in my first video, pulled up a few images that I thought were good for a show like that, you know, that it would look more like a fairy school. And we actually did get a location that looked kind of magical. Look at this. I like that. When they walked in, there was butterflies just like flying around, and it's like a dining hall with a lot of important VIP people, whatever. It does look like something a real life Alfea would look like. Maybe not that cool tone, but that's not a big deal. You know, like maybe it would be more Italian in terms of the color palette, more warm tone in terms of the stones and stuff. This is actually great. When I saw it, I was like, oh, well, this actually looks like something that they could have fit into their new aesthetic, which would pay homage to the original and like take some kind of, at least some kind of zhuzh out of what made Winx such a successful franchise. This looks pretty. It does. The way that the light shines through, props to the lighting department. This is gorgeous. This is really pretty. It still isn't very much in this creative direction that they picked. Oftentimes we were kind of over here, like not all the way bad, but kind of, you know, even though it's a scale that's specifically for this style, for this aesthetic. Now we're on the other side. This is really good. This is perfect. This is what we should be seeing more of. When I saw it, I was like, well, finally, fucking finally. This is good. This is what you guys should have done right away, and then we wouldn't be complaining that much. Because like, even though it's so different and it has nothing to do with the original in terms of the aesthetic, it has that magic and that beauty. You're supposed to be in the other world. Why does it just look like Ireland? Like, I mean, Ireland is gorgeous, don't get me wrong, but it just looks like Ireland instead of an otherworld place that is vaguely similar to a place on Earth. You know what I mean? The actress's hair is even longer, and now that I don't have my long hair, I miss it. I think this is when she is on trial. It's jewel tones, it's a little bit darker and it's a bit more moodier, but at least it's not red where it clashes and just looks a bit ridiculous, you know. This outfit is more faithful to Musa and to who she's supposed to be, or at least it's inspired by it. Once again, this dress reminds me of like a top that I have recommended in my previous video. The boots are more Musa-ish, or they're a little bit more alternative. It makes more sense with her. I do wish they would thin out that fringe on the actress. I understand that you're trying to pay an homage to the original character, and that's fine, but there's no need for her to have this thick fringe. It doesn't suit her. I feel like it would be better if her fringe was just a bit thinner so it doesn't overwhelm her face. Another thing I wanted to mention was this moment with Bloom and Sky. This is what I'm expecting from the production, from writers. They need to set up relationships in a way that we would feel the gravity of them not being together or one of them dying or something like that. You know, you need to set up the relationships and show what it's like when they are not in danger or when they're enjoying themselves. So when they're like fighting for getting back to the normal, it felt like there was a normal to get back to, right? That was kind of the problem with season 1. We did not get good relationships. Everyone was just like a bitch to each other, which is weird as hell. In this season, thankfully, so this is again an improvement, we get this scene where you can see Bloom and Sky enjoying each other's company and they have good warmth on screen. Obviously, it's not like chemistry in terms of like, oh, there's like sparks flying or something. It's more like they're comfortable with each other, and I think it's because the actors are dating. I think you can definitely feel that they are bringing that closeness to these characters through their own relationship, because otherwise we wouldn't feel that way about them because we just didn't get enough scenes of them bonding in normal ways. Recently in the shows, I just don't understand why anyone dates anybody because there's just no setup. So this was a fantastic scene to make us give a shit about them as a couple. Another character that I personally like, it's Beatrix. She had some bad outfits and she had some good outfits. This outfit, I don't hate it, but it reminds me of those Forever 21 in 2013 dresses with that see-through, had like a bit of an unflattering neckline, but she still looks cute and I think it fits her character. She also got this outfit, which I thought was really good for her as a character. The creative direction of the show mixes well with these types of aesthetics, so I think that she definitely looked good. From the beginning, she was given more of appropriate outfits that kind of worked within the world of this show. I lived for her friendship with Stella. I mean, again, they did not give it time to breathe. It did not stick the landing, but this was one of the few relationships where I was like, oh, I think they actually struck gold with this one. And then what do? Spoilers. They off Beatrix. Just why would you do that to yourself? You just found a dynamic that sprung up naturally, that works. I think that part of it is also the fact that they have to release the show in one go, right? It's like a bingeable kind of show. It does hinder the writer's ability to react to the audience, and I think that if they knew how much the audience liked them together, I think that they maybe would have kept them as friends or whatever. But they knew that people liked Beatrix from first season. Why would they just off her like that? I don't know. It's not the best decision in my opinion. I saw this like pictures. I think this is actress like personal pictures. I don't think it's from behind the scenes or anything like that. But the actress who plays Stella is so Stella. It's sick and twisted. I don't even start with me. Every time I see a picture of her in like different types of outfits, for example, here with the actress who plays Aisha. Are you kidding me? They genuinely look like Aisha and Stella. Why don't we... it's just, sometimes I'm like, it's so close yet so far. So close yet so far from my vision of the show. Like sometimes I get like a little glimpse from, you know, personal pictures of the actors like hanging out together and they look like Winx, and I'm like, oh, sick and twisted. You're just playing with my heart. You're playing with my heart. Look, this is Stella. I might not love this top, but does it embody the energy of Stella? Yes. So why don't we have more of that? Beatrix also got this outfit, this dress. This is the best we're gonna get in this show. And it's not bad. If we were talking about the hypothetical Winx that it could have been, this wouldn't even be a contender. But within this world that we've built, within this Harry Potter-esque thing, this is the best we can do, and it's good. A bit more of Stella. So here we get pink and yellow outfit. She had colors last season and she did have some pink, I believe. I don't know if she had any yellow in her wardrobe, but she definitely had pink. But I'm glad that she's kind of branching out. Shows her growth as a character, that she's not dressing like her mother. It's still not ideal, but in this case, I'm gonna let it go just because the colors are cute, it's more youthful, and she's kind of going through a hard time, so she's wearing sweatpants more and other things like that. That's why, for example, when I saw this outfit that she is wearing in this scene, I was okay with it because it makes sense within the context of the show. though she is not feeling well, shit is kind of hit the fan. It makes sense. Tara, once again, this outfit, at least it didn't piss me off because it's like, well, it's casual, you know, whatever, and it's a casual day. But that outfit,
Girlfriend, stop! Get back in the car!
that they did her so dirty. That character, even though she's a little bit annoying, Tara, does not deserve that outfit. It's just too far to give her those all-stars with the outfit that looks like a security man uniform. Anyway, girl, let's talk about this outfit, which was fantastic. This is probably the best outfit on par with Bloom's outfit for the party. This is great. The low-rise jeans, that belt looks good on it. The colors are interesting. They're like still in that autumn rather than summer color scheme, but it's rich, it's pretty, it's giving you something, you know? It just looks good. It looks good on the actress. I really like this outfit. Let me show you another picture of this outfit. See? This was good. This was a good outfit. Pants, the shirt, everything was really cute. I really like that. Musa here, I don't really like it, but it's not like the worst thing in the world. Tara got overalls and a shirt. At least see it's a little bit more gardener as she used to be instead of this weird ass sleazy nightclub security guard outfit. Like, and Stella is wearing this blue dress, which is quite cute. It's similar to what Beatrix is wearing. This is the type of dress that was really popular in the entire universe last year. Then here's Bloom in a lot of blue, and her pants remind me of the original Bloom. It makes her pop more when she's wearing blue. It's just how it is. There's too much orange and too much red involved in Bloom's powers and her hair, everything. So red is always going to overwhelm her and just like take too much away from the character. Here's Aisha. I don't care for this outfit, especially in combination with a backpack that just doesn't combine well, and it's blue again. I do like that they started to incorporate some orange and pink that's a bit more saturated in Stella's wardrobe. I think this is cute. This is probably on the better end of the scale that we can hope from a show that has this creative direction. So I would love to see more of that in season 3 if they get season 3. I don't know if they have been renewed or not. Here, it's like, I think it's the last episode or something like that. I liked the jeans. I like the top. It has like this weird medieval kind of painting going on it. Fits her aesthetic and fits the show well, and it's again one of the better looking outfits. We're gonna talk more about that, but the powers, the special effects and everything, I heard that a lot of people said that they didn't like what they look like. I think that the special effects look fine, but there are a few things that in terms of practical effects, in terms of, you know, filming it in a certain way, help a lot with making them look even better. And also I have a bone to pick with the transformations, with the way that it was edited. We'll talk about that later. Today is all about fashion. Yeah, I don't love this outfit, but it's fine. There were a lot of really bad outfits in season 1. I think that they have improved in season 2 within the confines of their creative direction. This is like that blue dress that we had with Bloom. This is the best we're gonna get. If you're gonna do a completely different art direction that is not experimental or doesn't bring anything new to the table, the very least you can do is create the best visuals you can within those confines if you're going to profit off of having an already existing fan base that are going to watch a show. Yeah, we'll talk more about this show and how it could be improved within the confines of what it actually is and what they chose to pursue. There's a few things that could be done to make it better in the writing department, better in the special effects department, and I'm gonna say it here because it needs to be said twice in both videos. That choice of having Grimes' song in the transformation sequence was a choice. Listen, Grimes has some songs that I like. I don't like her.
I don't do cocaine!
This song that they chose, I genuinely didn't even realize that it was Grimes because it just felt so bad pop song-ish. It didn't even click that it was Grimes. I wish they picked a different song genuinely or had a score. I think that it would have benefited them if they had a score, but it's probably expensive. I don't know what kind of budget they have. Also, another important thing that you guys need to know is that, yes, I complain about styling a lot, but most of the time, styling is not just the stylist's fault. Most of the time, it isn't actually stylist's fault at all because they're not the ones who are calling the shots. They are not the top dog on the production. They do what they're told. They can present their ideas. They can present what their vision is, and then it gets adjusted and adjusted and adjusted and adjusted by everybody, by directors, producers, everyone. So I don't know whether the change in the stylist brought a few better outfits, or if it was the creators realizing that they fucked up a little bit too much and they have eased up and let the new stylist do their thing. But this is definitely an improvement in terms of styling. If last season in terms of styling was like a 2 out of 10, this is a solid 5. Big improvement, great improvement, but it's obviously not fashion forward or very interesting. If they were making new garments or they were using designers that kind of come up with something more avant-garde, maybe it would be higher even if I didn't like what they were choosing. But because this is more of like, you know, regular clothes, even though they're in other world and it's supposed to be a completely different universe or whatever, I'm going to obviously not give them that high of a score, but this is a massive improvement from the first season. I have a Patreon where I release exclusive videos. Thank you to my patrons for supporting me, and check out the other Winx videos that I have made. The previous styling video where I showed what I would style it as, video that is specifically about styling their transformations. I will see you guys soon with a new video. Bye!